Up in the next few days. We are 99 days away from the selections. This week's edition of First Draft will drop today, in which we talk a lot about quarterbacks, and the first of them is Fernando Mendoza. For Mel, from people who are paying attention to this thing and getting ready for Monday night, has Fernando Mendoza established himself as the can't-miss quarterback, #1 player in this draft?
Yes, no question about it. When you're on the same field with the Oregon Ducks and Dante Moore and you play the way he did, and you did it all year. Now, keep in mind, he's 22. He'll be 23 in October, right? He talks about cracking the code. He did. He gets an A-plus for the course he took in college. So A-plus gets you ready for the NFL. Improved touchdowns went way up this year from what it was at Cal. Sacks went way, way down from what it was at Cal. So he used this year at Indiana to improve on the areas he needed to. Dante Moore as well needs to improve in areas by going back to Oregon. So for Fernando Mendoza, that extra year going from Cal to Indiana improved his stock and improved his performance immensely.
Okay, and then he will be facing off against Carson Beck Monday night in the national championship game, who once upon a time we were talking about as a very high first-round draft pick, and then he was all but forgotten, and now he's on this great run here. What could a big night against an Indiana defense that has been stifling, what could a big night Monday night mean for him?
Well, it could have given that 4th, 5th quarterback spot guaranteed, because you have obviously Mendoza. Dante Moore, we have to see what he does. He's at 2. Ty Simpson, Trinidad Chambliss. Does he get an extra year? Going to court there? What happens with him? And then you'd have Carson Beck with Garrett Nussmeier, Drew Aller in that mix as a late day 2, early day 3 type. This is a guy that's to cut down on those interceptions. 23 interceptions over the last 2 years. But this past season, this year, and the best year overall when you look back at Georgia and what he was this season. Best year overall for Carson Beck. He's a guy I think could be a career backup in the NFL. I'd say late day 2, early day 3 for him.
All right, again, showing a lot of leadership with this Miami team on this run. You touched on Dante Moore, but only briefly. He obviously had a very tough night against Indiana. For people who don't follow this stuff closely, he will still only be 20 years old when the draft is held at the end of April. He has plenty of college eligibility if he chooses to go back. What do you think he should do, Mel, and what do the people that you talk to think he will do?
Yeah, I kept it at 1 and 1A up until that final game. Why change it? After that Penn State game, late September, with the whiteout game, he was phenomenal in that game. Had him as the #1 quarterback. Then he had some struggles, but late in games, he still came through with clutch performances. They played in bad weather, and he played without pieces around him. O-line, wide receivers. Even in this game against Indiana, you think about a team that was together. Indiana was a together-focused team. Oregon dealt with distractions. They had guys in the portal. They had guys banged up. There was a weather and injuries all year for Dante. Dante, 20 years old, only 20 starts. That's not enough. He said it after the game. Some things I need to work on. I need more reps. Dante said it. You get those reps back at Oregon, not in the National Football League. You got to get an A+ in college to go into the NFL. That last game, certainly the overall year was good, not great. Dante Moore next year could be phenomenal.
Yeah, we'll see what decision he winds up making. And then Ty Simpson is the last one. He has made his decision. He's coming out into this year's draft. I know you had said all year long you thought another year at college might benefit him, but that's not what he's doing. So do you expect him to be drafted on night 1? Will he be a first-round pick?
He could be. Trinidad Chambliss will be in that mix as well. Greeny. Ty Simpson was having a really good year. The offensive line let him down. He had no running game, and Ryan Williams didn't have the year expected at wide receiver. Ty Simpson had some turnovers, some fumbles, but he didn't get a lot of help. But only 50, he's 23, right? 23 years of age, but only 15 starts. That's a risky, dangerous number to come into the NFL after. Just look at the history of guys with that number of starts. They have been, most of those guys were disappointments. So Ty Simpson, hey, he's going to be a first-round pick potentially. Trinidad Chambliss will be right there vying with him, but 15 starts for me is not enough.
Mel goes a lot deeper on all of these. This week's edition of First Draft will drop today at noon. Mel, you were the best. Thank you. I will see you a little bit later. Mel Kiper.